Hi guys, thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited to have you watching this today. I think it's safe to say that I have been a fashion entrepreneur for 3 years now. Haha, I'm so excited. Every year since my first anniversary, it's usually like a celebration time for me because it feels like I'm celebrating 1 year of fulfilling purpose again. This journey has been very exciting as much as it has been very close to its ups and downs too. I'm so happy that I'm going to be sharing my journey with you, as well as we'll be answering questions that you guys have for me. It's no new news that I started off as a teenager. I started off fashion designing as a teenager. I became a fashion designer as a teenager. Barely 17. I was barely 17. I have said that in many interviews. I've been interviewed on Ebony Live TV, Josh Talks, Springers Network. If you haven't seen any of those, please check the description box below to watch any of my interviews. I barely started as a teenager, like I said earlier. And by the way, I'm going to be celebrating a lot of people that have helped me walk this journey. I started off fashion designing as a teenager, and I barely knew my way around a lot of things. I felt like it was within the context of learning how to sew. By the way, let me remind you that I never dreamt of being a fashion designer. I'm sure that if you watch any of my interviews, any of my former interviews, you will know that. The link will be in the description box below. I urge you to please watch it. Like I was saying, I barely knew my way around a lot of things. I thought it was within the context of learning how to sew, sitting in a shop and sewing for people. I never imagined that, okay, I was on Instagram and I felt like the people that were selling, people that were doing digital marketing were people that are already established. That was what I thought. I thought I couldn't join them because it wasn't yet time. I just even started. Who wants to get to know me as at that time? One of my friends, Dylan, his name is Oreoluwa, a photographer. I'll put his name here as you can see. Please do follow him on Instagram. He has been such an amazing friend. In fact, it was the beginning of my journey. He introduced me to digital marketing, and then he introduced me to selling online, selling your product online, selling my clothes online. I couldn't have done that if he had not introduced me to Tony Tijani. Tony Tijani played a very big role in my life at the beginning when I started fashion. She introduced me to digital marketing. She taught me how to go through it. She taught me what I need to do and what I need not to do. She also introduced me to launching online business stores. Remember that I said that I felt like it was people that are already established that should start digital marketing, especially on Instagram. But Tony Tijani made me see that you can also establish yourself that way too. That way, I started my own brand, which has been running for 3 years now. I started it online. I named it after me. We practically worked on the name and everything together. I celebrate you, Tony Tijani, and I appreciate you. Please do follow her on Instagram. She is a huge part of my success story. All through my fashion designing journey, I met several people at several points in time who introduced me to a lot. And it just made me know that, God was behind this vision. God was seeing me through this. God was leading me to the path where I'm supposed to be. Tony Tijani took me through the process, and permit me to call her Tony. I don't want to always add it to Tijani. She took me through the process. She let me know how I could, make collections, give them a name, and launch it just to make it attractive and do all of those stuff. It was really interesting. At the same time, I was wondering if I could actually make progress in that, because starting from maybe 500 followers or something on Instagram, how do I get people's attention? But she let me know that one step at a time. I took it one step at a time. She enlightened me on a lot, and that was how I got exposed on Instagram. All thanks to Tony Tijani. Thank God for bringing her my way. I launched collections and I started growing my Instagram page. Baby girl became established. That was how I became established on Instagram. And then I started reaching out to celebrities. I felt like I was already there. I was already made. Come on, I was making nice outfits. I was making nice stuff, filling my Instagram page and all of that. I started to reach out to celebrities on Instagram, send them DM. I got the likes of Pascaline Alex, that is Cordelia of Jennifer's Diary. From the Johnsons, I got Seun Osigbeson, and quite more of other people. Ruby Akubueze from MTV Sugar Naija. I started becoming established, you know how I was going. And before then, I want to give a shout out to my mom. Like I said, I didn't know my way around a lot of things. I didn't know how to go to market and buy material. Come on, I've been using Taylor all this while. I don't know how they usually do all those market stuffs. But my mom put me through a lot of things, and then I don't want to go into detail because I did not inform her before I started talking. So like, I just want you to help me to thank my mom. Thank my mom in the comment section. She helped me through a lot of things, like a whole lot, and I'm so grateful for her. Give a shout out to Ozioma Obiku. Like I said, I found beautiful people at every point in time, like in this journey, and I know that I'm still going to find. I found Ozioma at the time I needed her the most. I was working with my auntie. I used to stay with my auntie. That's the person I initially learned from. But I needed an upgrade before I found this beautiful soul. She's the creative director of Obiku. Obiku, you can follow her on Instagram. Please do check her out. God bless you. Yes, I found out the most important time that she came. That was when I needed her. She played a very important role in my life. She taught me a lot of things, even apart from fashion designing. She's that amazing. Yes, please let me to thank her too. All right, moving on again, I want to also say thank you to everybody that has been a part of this journey, basically, from my Ebony Life people, Auntie MC, Adesonya, Amanda Dara, Pelumi Shitu, a lot more of others, my mama, Gio Baba, Awelewa. Like, I'm so grateful to everybody that has been with me on this journey. It has been a lot, and most importantly, my friends. My friends have been so amazing. Like, my friends are so amazing. My friends, like, they carry on with the support a lot, and I'm so grateful that I have them around me. You know, it's so much evidence that, you know, God put this vision here, and then He's putting people to, you know, just back you up. I'm also grateful to my pastors, my church. The ACT Church opened me to a lot, honestly. My same ministry opened me to a lot. You know, it was even when I became acquainted with my teenage ministry, I started to know that young people are also doing a lot of things. You are not too young to start anything that you are doing. You are not too young to act movie. You are not too young to be a fashion designer. You are not too young to be a photographer, and all of that. It was a lot of mind. That was it for me, basically. You know, meeting all these people improved me a lot. I improved in my skills. I improved in exposure. One of the things that Obiku introduced me to is exposure. You know, she made me see how you could reach out to a lot. Like, you can get to anywhere that you want to get to, you know. You can actually get to anywhere that you want to get to. Like I said, she played a big role in my life. I kept on meeting people. The basic thing about the journey is that I kept on meeting people that introduced me to new and better steps as I was going. All right, before I get to the question part of the session, let me quickly wrap up on issues that I had while in fashion designing. Okay, first issue that I had was, I don't want to call it neatness. A lot of fashion designers call it finishing. I did not get a proper training on it, so I had issues with finishing. I did not like it personally, the way my dress would look after I finished making it. But like I said, one of the things that helped me was the people that I kept on meeting. I met another thing was nagging customers. Human beings, you can never ever satisfy them, and one of the ways to get somebody to always insult is just be a tailor. Just be a tailor. People will look down on you, and it's even now that people are now coming out of their shell. You cannot talk to an online tailor anyhow. You cannot even refund. You cannot send your clothes back that it is tight. It is very wrong. Because some people are just very, I don't want to say wicked. If you are here and watching me now, mind how you talk to your tailor. Please be polite. Tailors are also human beings. Yeah, so we need to know that. Yes, so nagging customers, one thing that helped me was patience. I'm a Christian, I'm a believer, and then I have the Holy Spirit in me. One of the things that the Holy Spirit produces in us is self-control, patience. You need not to be shouting back at your customer. It's ruthless, honestly. So right now, we are going to be going to the question part. I'm so happy for this part, even though I got some very, very, very funny questions. Anyways, we'll get there. First question is, how do I juggle sewing and going to school? Okay, I got admission to school not quite long. I shared my story on admission. In fact, it was admission. I think there's a question on that, so let me not go ahead of myself. So I resumed school not too long ago, and before I resumed school, I took it upon myself to take a break from fashion designing. That was one of my tired times from sewing. Basically, that was one of my tired times. I was almost frustrated. I was basically tired. You know, I did not even want to sew again. So that seemed like a break time for me. I took a break and I went to school. Then after my first semester, I decided to get a tailor. I said that I'm going to get a tailor that is going to be working for me. I feel like that makes it very easy. You know, that makes it very easy. So you're not somebody like me. I need to always focus on one thing at one time. I cannot focus on school and focus on fashion too. It is very, very hard for me. But I know that God has delivered me from the strivings of the people, and then I'm getting people to start working for me as God then expands me more. Second question is, how did I know that I was supposed to be a fashion designer? Okay, I've said it in a lot of videos, and I'm going to just say it again. I never liked fashion designing. It was never even my dream. I cannot see a tailor and be like, oh wow, I want to be a tailor. I always wanted to be a makeup artist. Always and always and always and always. But you know, God has better plans for you. And then, how do they say this thing? Man proposed, God something like that, sha. I can't remember in particular, but we have things that we want to do for ourselves. It's very important that we make plans for ourselves, but know that God is the ultimate planner. Okay, God is the ultimate planner. I wanted to be a makeup artist, but God had better plans, which suits me perfectly now. One way or the other, my dad sent me to stay with my aunt. I started staying with my aunt, which was a tailor, which is a tailor. She's still a tailor, which is a tailor. I started staying with her. From there, I fell in love with it. I left her to find some other people that would teach me more. We heard about how I met different people at different points in time. I met other people that introduced me to a lot of things, and then I kept on growing and growing and growing and growing and growing. It was God's plan. Till today, it's still question, and this question is very funny. I can see that it came from a small child. It came from a little girl, one of my mentees, and I was actually surprised about it. She said that, do I have any man that is supporting me? I did not understand the context of that question. I forgot to even ask, do I have any man? I have God, I have my father, I have my mother. My mother can stand as a man. I have my mother, I have my pastor, always supporting me, always. Oh my gosh, God bless you, sir. I have my mom. Those are people that I don't have a boyfriend. I'm not married yet, so I don't understand. I don't know whether that's what she's talking about. Well, I have God. God is not even a man. I have my brothers, my whole family. They are men that are supporting me in this. Last question that I will be taking. And this question is going to lead me to the beautiful announcement that I said I have for you all. What are my plans for the future? Honestly, in as much as I am a fashion designer now, there's so many things that I'm still going to do to Dasola Alfred the brand, which will make me to want to announce to you that I'll be launching my men clothing line this year. Before the end of this year, I'm going to be launching my men clothing line, Dasola Alfred for men, this year. Yes, that is another step that God has led me to, that God is opening and expanding for me next. Also, what I plan out for the future, Dasola Alfred is more than fashion designing. Dasola Alfred is still going to go into makeup, hairdressing, everything about fashion. One of the people I look up to for our fashion establishment is Tiana's Empire. Please know that I said fashion establishment, Tiana Empire. She has a big empire, and then she does everything that you can think about fashion. She does photography, she does makeup, she does fashion designing, she does styling, everything about fashion. I love that so much, and I look up to her for. My journey has been a beautiful one so far, and I'm so grateful for it. I would advise that every moment that you get, find something to do. Every season that you get, I mean, this lockdown season was a whole time for you to establish a lot of things. There's so much inside of you. I say that every time. There's so much inside of you, and it only takes for you to start doing before you know. I'm so happy that you joined me on this video. I'm so happy that you watched this video, and I'm so happy because I know that you have learned one or two things from my journey. Please, let's connect. My details are in the description box below. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do well to subscribe. It is for free. Click the notification bell so you can get notified every time I upload a new video. My name is Oluwadasola Alfred. You can call me DA anyways. I film about faith, relationship, lifestyle, and academics. Thank you for watching.